back in the kitchen.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Cooking with the Geek, where I, Cody, the Geek for a Million, are going to teach you at home how to cook. Today, we have chocolate cupcakes with peanut butter frosting. The ingredients for the cupcake, right here. Ingredients for the frosting, right there. Alright, so we're going to start with the cupcake. Let's get to it. In a large mixing bowl, you first want to mix all your dry ingredients. Now that the dry ingredients are all mixed, you're going to want to add your wet ingredients. First, we're going to start off with 2 eggs. Then you're going to add 1 cup of milk. Then you're going to add your vegetable oil. And the last thing, about 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Now that you have all of the ingredients in the bowl, you're going to want to start mixing. Alright, now in a cupcake pan with the liners in it, you're going to take your batter, pour it in. Now that you got your batter made and into the pan, you're going to preheat your oven to 350. Stick them in. Alright, so now that the cupcakes are in the oven, we're going to start on the peanut butter frosting. First thing you're going to do is the recipe calls for 1 cup of peanut butter. However, you can use more if you like the peanut butter. Next ingredient you're going to add is powdered sugar. Then you're going to add 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. Your final ingredient is going to be 3/4 cup milk. Now this recipe can usually turn out too thick or too runny. If it turns out too runny, just add more powdered sugar. If it turns out to be too thick, add more milk. Now with this batter having a lot of powdered sugar, you might not want to take your mixture to it right away. I would recommend just mixing it by hand for a little bit. Now that all your ingredients are mainly mixed up, now I would recommend starting to use your mixer. Alright, and like I stated before, sometimes it turns out too thick or too runny. Mine has turned out to be a little bit too thick. So I'm going to add about another 1/4 cup milk. I wouldn't recommend adding any more than that at a time, for if you add too much, then you're going to have a problem with it being too runny, and just start out small increments and go bigger. Alright, so now I have the right consistency, but with a lot of frostings, what's really important to do is to mix it for about another minute or so, because when you do that, it's going to make it a lot more fluffy and much easier to use. Now that the cupcakes have been baking for 35 minutes, it's time to test them. And what you're going to do with this is do the toothpick test. Those look good. Now the toothpick test. What you're going to do, take your toothpick, you're going to put it in to the center of the cupcake. Take it back out. If the toothpick comes out clean, your cupcake's done. Toothpick came out clean, so we know these are done. Now we're going to let these cool and get ready to frost. Now that your cupcakes have cooled and you have your peanut butter icing in a pastry bag, what you're going to do is when you start, just going to squeeze it on and do a circular motion on the cupcake. If you follow the recipe, your cupcakes should look something like this. Nice and delicious. So until next time, I'm Cody the Geek for a Million, and